guys, welcome back to Tena sewing class, and we've completed so far the running stitch. We practiced threading our needles, we practiced knotting our needles, and we also practiced sewing on canvas. We're going to continue lesson 4 with our stitches, and today we're working on the back stitch. Now guys, if you're new to the channel and you've not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe below. Press that notification bell and click on all ALL so you can be notified as soon as we have new videos. Alrighty, now the back stitch, guys, is one of the strongest hand sewing stitches ever. And the back stitch get its name because the needle goes into the fabric behind the previous stitch. On the contrary, really, with a running stitch, the needle simply passes through the fabric on even distance in front of the previous stitch. So it's like the running stitch is actually like putting one foot forward, one foot in front of the other, going forward. The back stitch is putting that one stitch and then going back on that stitch and then going forward again. So it's very strong. Instead of having just one set of thread, you actually have two. So it's great for like zippers. It's great for sewing small projects, mending and seams. Also, you can't get a better seam if you don't have a sewing machine and you have to do your work by hand. I remember in the early years when I was young, just starting to work, and I did not have a sewing machine. I actually used to make my skirts and my blouse by hand, and I'm telling you, even my waistband, my zipper, everything, you could not tell. It was just great. So hand stitching is very, very important, like I tell you guys before. And a takeaway tip for you guys today is that thread you choose for your hand sewing should be high quality. That's the thing. You don't want a weak, rotted thread that's gonna come loose lickety split. You want something like a thread that you would use to do quilting, very sturdy and durable. Now you'll need to get your needles. You're gonna need a scissors or a nipper to nip your thread, a piece of fabric, and I'm gonna say today a pencil and a ruler, because like you see on your screen, a piece of fabric, but because you're doing it for the first time, you want to make sure that you get your seam straight. So make a line on your ruler, make a line on your fabric like so. Just even your ruler, or you can go like that, make it a straight line, and you just mark. I previously marked these two lines that we're going to be working on today. So go ahead and do that with your fabric. Make a mark on your fabric, make as many lines as you need, go down, and you're going to try and keep the thread within the lines. Okay guys, so the next thing I want you to do is go ahead and thread your needle and knot the end of your thread like that. If you have not yet gone to lessons 1 and 2, please do so. It teaches you easy, simple way to get your thread knotted and your needle threaded. So go ahead and do that. I double my thread, as you can see. My thread is doubled, and I make my knot. Now I want you to go ahead and put your needle through the fabric on the line that you drew, like that. Okay, so get your needle through, and I want you to pull the needle up, all the way up like we did before, until the needle hits the back of the fabric. Then you're going to put your needle down again in the line that you draw. So we're going to keep it straight, and you pull through just like that. All right, so you're going to put your needle back through the hole again, forward. You're going to pull it through, and you're going to go right back over that stitch. But this time when you go over the stitch, you're going to go like 1/2 inch forward. You're going to pull through, and you notice your thread is covering the first stitch that you make. Now let me come a little closer here, guys. You're going to put your needle through that hole, and you're going to pull it back up like so. All right, and keep enough thread that you can manage, not too long where it's giving you a hard time to control. Now you're going to go right back, and you're going to cover. So you go and you pull that in. There you go. Nice. Okay, that's what you're going to look like. And you're going to practice and practice and practice. So the hole, and you come right back in and cover. Okay, let me just finish this off. Make sure not to take too much thread when you thread your needle. Don't make it be too long, because when it's too long, it's very difficult to handle. Once you get the hang of it, guys, sky's the limit. Okay. Gonna go right back, and remember you can do different size stitch. They don't. When you're working on a project, you want to use the same stitch width, but when you're just practicing, you can use whatever you're comfortable with in the beginning. And everybody have their own sewing style. You don't have to be like everybody else. You go with your style, and remember, you don't have to be rushing here, guys. Just take your time, practice until you get it. If you have any question, go ahead and ask below, and I'll be more than happy. See, if you push too far, you can always pull back and clean up your work, straighten it up. Go ahead. There's something else I need to show you. I don't know if my thread is going to be long enough. But when I was taught, they taught me to do it this way. Wrap my thread about my needle, and it makes it even stronger, guys. I'm running out of thread, so I'm going to start again. See, you just bring the thread, your needle through your thread. See, you have a tie, and you pull it through much stronger, and you go for it. So between every thread, between every stitch, you have a perfect tie that holds, see that? Holds your thread in place. Awesome. So that is something you can do too for reinforcement. But there you go, guys. Right? Really nice stitch. Beautiful seam. And of course, if this was going to be a project, you would definitely want to use white thread or cream thread to match your fabric. So if you notice, when you open your seams, you will see a little of that red thread through it, but it's pretty nice and firm and holds. And you can wear this and you don't have to worry that your seam gonna come loose. Pretty good. All right, guys, so continue practicing, practice, and this is what your seam will look like. This is called a back stitch, guys. Ask any question below, or you can find me on Instagram, Tena Sewing Class, or Facebook, and you can ask your questions there as well. Very nice. Okay, guys. Back stitching, we're getting there. One stitch at a time, right? Thanks again, guys, for being here. Please don't forget to share and like this video. Alrighty, so we can keep going and teach people to sew a great craft for free, guys. You know, not everybody can afford to pay a lot of money to go to school, but here's free training where you can actually get a skill that you can use in your life, you know, for yourself, for others, or to start your own sewing business, which I hope a lot of you will do. All right, very nice. Awesome. Thanks again, guys, for being here. See you on the next sewing class. Ciao, ciao.